Asam payetia. Obayan safusu wo bunibia wankana asam. Say mafutu sam kakre wa supeme. Yo kofi, oh man ya woman, oh man ya mana. Genyi baby ako, wacha za ya wareni. Wonsom, wanini pa, kasa dipa wofyo ye. Yamo yembera ye, ebe ya ifiyena. Oh man ya woman, oh man ya mana. Adi waya no ya, nyamita da, nyamana renya. Wonsom, wanini pa, sawa ya wanabe. Yamo yembera ye.
Hello folks, my name is Kofi Harrison, your humble servant. Join me as I bring you the hard truth on my Conscious Vibe program, Enkosi. Enkosi seems to bring you the truth that you are not supposed to know, the truth that is hidden, the truth that you and I are not meant to even get closer. But hear what? Better let a friend tell you the blunt truth, even to the point of rudeness, than an enemy flatter you with charming phrases. Today, a lot of things are happening in our SHS secondary school, and I want all of us to learn something from it. But before I do that, I want to bring you a verse from Jeremiah the prophet. Hear what Jeremiah wants you and I to know. But before I proceed to let you know what Jeremiah is saying, let me please remind you that this program is not about politics. Neither is it about religion. It's about a solution to some of the things that is holding us down as a country. Now that you know, let me throw light on what Jeremiah wants you and I want to know. In the book of Jeremiah chapter 24, chapter 4 verse 21, the prophet is drawing our attention to something, and I'll read that in English and I'll translate that in Twi. He said, how long must I see the battle standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? For my people are fools. They do not know me. They are senseless children. They have no understanding. They are skilled in doing evil, and to do good they have no understanding. He said they are skilled to do evil, but to do good they have no understanding. Let us hear what the 3 verse say. And I read. I say, enkosi da ben na mehunu franka na mate tutuben to sheno. Na efiri se me man na ejimi. Woni me waye man kwasiafo. Na woni inu ho waye bone ho anyansafo. Na papa ye de wonim. Jeremiah say, efi se me man no ejimi. Na ansa na obi nka se obi ejimi no. Na den na we hu no. Na nyinaso be na owo a odeka asem. Is that the true diagnosis of our situation? Is Jeremiah being fair with us? What necessitated Jeremiah to say that the people are foolish? I see, if he said, me mino, one Jimmy, which means something terribly is going on that needs changing. But our people who are at the top are the number one people that refuses reforms and changes. Because some of these changes will move them from the positions where they occupied. So anytime there has to be a change, it is resisted strongly by people at the helm of our affairs. And that is why today Jeremiah is saying that for how long are we going to do certain things that should be obsolete, that should have gone out of the system for a very long time, and we're still hanging on to it. And he said, these things are happening because my people are foolish. I see, if you say, me man no Jimmy, It is a minor Jimia. Then they need some evolution, some reformation. It means the distillery in our minds is outmoded. And we need to put in a new one. And putting in a new one, which means we must change the way we do things to a better way of doing things. That is why Jeremiah is saying, for how long shall we continue to engage ourselves in certain practices that are obsolete, that should have long time be eroded from our system? Jeremiah said, enkosi daben. And I remember bonny be a enkoso no. Enkoso. It's been too many years. Our friend musician, Aman Zeba, also Aman yesi mo acher. It's been so long we started growing up as a country. But we are not progressing to where we're supposed to go because people are not doing certain things right. Not that they can't do it right, because they benefit from some of these evil things that Jeremiah said they practice. He said, because these my people have a tendency to pursue evil, but to do good, they have none understanding. And that is why on this program, enkosi daben, the truth is vital, and it will come out, cause it what it will. Have you thought, or have you think about what your ward come 2022 is going to need when school reopens in January? And I'm talking about those who just sat for the BEC. And as a parent, as a Ghanaian, have you, or are you aware the things that your children are going to need come January when school reopens? The list is very tall, but I have my eye on one particular thing. I went to school in 1988 in Takoradi, and one of the things that features religiously on the prospectus is the cutlass and the hoe. Are you surprised that as at now in 2021, parents are still burdened to be buying cutlasses for their wards before they get enrolled in all the boarding schools in Ghana? Cutlasses, yes, you heard me right. A 17th century weapon which has been in existence for so many hundred years and is now banned in countries like UK, America. You dare not hold a cutlass in the glare eye of the public. Else, the least you can go to jail is 6 years or 4 years, or a penalty, a fine sentence. Here in Ghana, year in, year out, religiously, like I said, cutlasses are always the number one thing on the prospectus. But we have the lawnmower machine, which was made in 1830. We have the weed whacker, which was made in 1930s. These machines are available everywhere. If you go to the Richmond House in Ghana, it is available. And that is what they use to weed their grass or to trim down their compound. So why is the poor Ghanaian, 30-something years ago, since the inception of secondary education in Ghana, I didn't think you go so yet in second education school. Obi were interest woman, interest anything. When I went to school in 1988, we were allowed to keep our cutlasses in our chop box. Things have changed. Today, as soon as the child enters the school compound, the cutlasses are taken away from them and kept in a storeroom or a warehouse. Less than 2 weeks, you will see the same cutlasses being taken out of the school in cars meant for the markets to be sold. If that is not the truth, what sense does it make in today's modern Ghana that if a school is enrolling 400 students in Form 1, which means 400 cutlasses are supposed to be bought or will be present in that school? For argument's sake, a school like Presbyterian Boys Secondary School has a population number of 3,000. Imagine 2,000 of them are in the boarding house. You are talking about 2,000 cutlasses here in one particular school. Does that make sense to you? Enkosi daben. In beto second into the whole school. Nimpa 2,000 a school no. Obia 1 second. And second mo de yeden. Yeden krano by school some by agriculture and answering. Why are we still buying cutlasses in our secondary schools? And I'm asking you this question, the Director of Education. I'm putting this question to you, the Minister of Education, and to you all heads of our senior secondary school. In the past few years, most of you, or all of you, have changed your mobile phones for not more than 10 times. But the culture of buying cutlasses cannot be changed. The culture is because somebody is benefiting from it, and I always tell you those at the top, because they benefit, they don't want any change. But let me bring to your notice this revelation. If you have 300 students buying cutlasses, if you have 300 schools, 300 children buying cutlasses to go to a particular school, we are talking about 300 cutlasses here. And if one is 15 cedi, we are talking about 30,000 Ghana cedis here. 30,000 Ghana cedis for 300 students in one particular school. That is old currency, 300 million Ghana cedis. Currently, Ghana has 675 schools, out of which 526 have boarding facilities. In this year alone, 2021, over 400 students, Ghanaians, got admission in the various secondary schools, out of which about 250,000 of them got admission in the boarding houses. Now imagine if you multiply 250,000 by 15, you are talking about 3,750,000 Ghana cedis here. If you multiply 250,000 students buying cutlasses before they get admitted or admission in the various secondary school, you are talking about a whooping sum of 3,750,000 Ghana cedis. That is 37 billion old currency. Nti wa Jimmy, nti enkosi daben. Na empelifo no, wo mo Jimmy ana, wo mo Jimmy. Na year in year out, year turn second. Nti in second na, your predecessors no, educo school no. Where are those cutlasses? Are they in the warehouse in the schools? Or somebody has sold them? If today we should bring in the auditors to take an inventory of these cutlasses, all you will see are blunt cutlasses, the very old one probably I might have sent to school in 1988. It's enkosi that bay now mine. You better say, "Yan chie won't feel bonnet." Na yesu nyansa. Say nklano e yesu with worker. Any lawnmower machine bo school wa. Me gidi say, "Wo man kasa be suasi de esiesie fidie no." No mo kura say sua ye. Na o masa ye bi kura me da kwa amana na kakoton. Na nsika no, ye ma no mo kakoton. Then ye man sua fi nsika ye mu. Ya to nsika way back in probably even in 1960 something. Yes, we buying this metal, the cutlass. In enkosi daben.